Cool.
Hey guys, we're back again. This is our round 2. Well, not our round 2, but this is our second level of games. This is the top 4, I'd say. I know
This is the top
four. We're fumbling around on what
We
to call
went
this.
from
Really.
we went from top 8 to top 4. We have eliminated 4 people. So
So now we're gonna watch David L. and Greg O. go up against each other. We've got Rafika the Mini versus Krenko Mob Boss. Now I have played against both these decks.
As have
Krenko, Krenko is pretty devastating. Have you played against them in this 1v1 format, like these exact decks?
I haven't played them in the 1v1 formats. I have played. Rafik hasn't actually changed much from multiplayer to 1v1s.
This is Brian's deck. The front card in there is not part of the deck. Obviously, it's Arachnos.
So I have played. So the Rafik deck doesn't change much whether it's multiplayer or 1v1.
Well, yeah, we still got like the Sovereigns of Lost Solara,
yes,
all that stuff. You hold that from.
Now the Krenko the Mob Boss, if that has changed from how it normally is, then I have not played against that version of it. But these two decks, they do vastly different things. So,
yes. Well, David's definitely going to look to finish the game out quick, but Rafik is also going to definitely look to finish the game out quick.
Now, the one thing I can see, and I know that a lot of Rafik decks have a lot of evasion,
yes.
But if Greg cannot get into that, Krenko's going to pop out so many blockers, it's going to be difficult to deal with.
Yeah, he's going to need Trample, he's going to need that Steal the Godhead, he's going to,
Something that gives him flying or
so
unblockable.
I think this round will be pretty interesting. That's a good card. Sorry, I'm looking through Brian's deck right now, getting ready for the next round when he plays, and there's some pretty cool cards in here.
And so they look like they're setting up, drawing for their first hand.
We'll see if anybody has to mulligan.
We'll see if they have to mulligan. One thing we may ask on the next round is for people to draw their life totals a little bit bigger.
Well, I mean, I can see that. It's a little bit clearer than when Jeff was doing it.
That's really what popped into my head as we were, when Jeff was playing, we were doing a lot. Okay, so we're off and running here. Looks like Krenko was a land go, and Rafik looked like it was a land go. We are
Thank you, sir.
We're pretty simple to start off with.
And that's a Cavern of Souls too. Not that we're worried about counterspells right now, but
not in a mono red deck, that's for certain.
Azorius Signet, that's not a bad play either. He's got all of his colors, right now, if you think about it.
Well, and in a Rafik deck, you want to get him out as soon as possible. So
here comes the goblins. Oh no, that's just a
instant speed.
I think that's Magma Jet. Different artwork, but still the same card.
Yeah, but he's looking for the scry triggers probably more than anything. He wants
well,
to
and I think
sure
Krenko just wants to finish out the game with a bunch of little damage, compared to Rafik, which wants to finish it out with a huge chunk of damage.
One big game ender typically, or two,
I mean, I recently played my, a while ago, my mono red 1v1 deck, and let me tell you, it is exhilarating. Oh man, damage everywhere.
Well,
all Greg really needs to stabilize is just a little bit of life gain here, and he'll be fine. Ooh.
Swiftfoot Boots, that's really good on Krenko. Gets him going fast.
Looks like Greg is playing a land. I'm not sure which land that is.
I think it's the Adhikar Waste. It deals a damage to him if he taps it for a color, which he doesn't need to. So
David looks like he's counting Greg's mana for some reason.
He's trying to make sure he's got the colors correct.
Yeah. Well, you just turn the Pain land into the Signet, and then Greg looks like he has a pretty strong hand. He just needs to be wary of what Krenko can do.
That's true. Krenko is
looks like he's passed.
Land pass. He's waiting for another land so he can hook up Krenko immediately.
He doesn't want them to get removed. Oh my gosh, Greg's got a Shield of the Oversoul in his hand. I just saw it. That's pretty good. Oh my gosh.
Shield of the Oversoul.
He's got an Armadillo Cloak too. Oh my gosh. This is devastating.
He's taking the damage for the
I think that's the green-white Pain land. I don't think that's the...
It might be green-white because I don't see another way to make green otherwise.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what he plays here. I don't know. There we go. I don't know why he just didn't tap the Cavern for that. Yep. Shield of the Oversoul.
All right, he now has flying and indestructible. So...
Oh, Chaos
Warp. That is a great play. Red doesn't have a whole lot of ways to deal with, indestructible as well as...
I'm kind of happy now that Greg didn't play the Armadillo Cloak because I think that's going to be a little bit more relevant later on.
Well, and the Armadillo Cloak is 2/2 and trample.
So now I do... Well, he's got a land off of it. I think he had to shuffle, though. Yeah, he's doing that right now. Okay. I was going to say, Chaos Warp does say shuffle, so...
Before the draw, that is true.
Yeah.
Great card. Now, see,
I
this
mean,
is
this
where the
could be
tempo...
pretty bad.
This is where the tempo of Krenko can get really scary. If he drops another land and he gets Krenko out on his turn, you know, that's end of turn, one goblin, next end of turn, 2...
So David definitely played that one close to the chest. That was a good play by David, holding up that mana and throwing out that Chaos Warp. Obviously, we didn't necessarily see it, but
well, and I think he knew that Rafiq can get going quickly, and most Rafiq players.
That's a pretty good card, though.
Most Rafiq players have many equipment.
Does it not happen? Why doesn't the
reveal the top card if it's a permanent? Put it on the battlefield, but it doesn't have anything to equip to.
Oh yeah, it doesn't equip to the boots.
What is it? I'm sorry.
It's the moon card that turns it into an island.
Let me look up Chaos Warp and make sure that we've got that going correctly.
Because that's what I mean, it gives him another mana, so maybe that's what Greg was trying to avoid. But
here comes Krenko and hooked up just like we thought it would. Shuffles it in, reveals the top card. If it's a permanent card, he or she puts it on the battlefield.
So what the heck is the moon card called?
Well, that is an enchantment, regardless. But maybe it's not the card we think it is.
Well, I know what it does because it comes in and hooks up to something and turns it into an island. So I don't know why he didn't resolve that.
Looks like we've got
another rules thing, but I mean it's already too late for us to do anything about it.
That is true.
And once again, we need to let the players kind of make their own mistakes.
Well, we have mana.
Huh?
Imprisoned in the moon.
Yeah.
Imprisoned in the moon. Yes.
I'm just curious as to why he didn't resolve it after the Chaos Warp.
The Chaos Warp, he should have been able to play that Chaos
On the boots, you guys are saying?
on anything, really.
Because it's any permanent.
He could have turned one of those.
I mean,
lands
unless the
into-
moon card doesn't say.
Yeah, sure.
It might say creatures or that might be where we're
That's
flubbing
true.
it.
That is true.
Yeah, it might not have had a target that way.
Imprisoned in the moon. I'm looking it up now.
Technology, so great.
To creature, land, or planeswalker. Now he could have put it on one of the creatures.
Yeah.
So
Well,
or on the
there
one
was
of the
no
lands.
creature. He could have put it on a land, but I'm guessing
And-
he's thinking he doesn't need an island.
Choke it for. Well, no, it gives him colorless. So he could have choked him for colors, but
Yeah.
Krenko's not really
I
worried
see
about that
what
too
Greg's
much.
doing now. That makes a lot of sense.
All right, Krenko's starting to get going. You're starting to see some goblins come out, and he's going to start pumping them out fast. This is where...
Well, honestly, although all this looks bad, all Greg really needs is like a Wrath of God. And
any board wipe will really help out here.
He is at a low life total now, though. But like I said, he does have that armadillo cloak in hand. If I can talk. Armadillo?
Now, Armadillo Cloak has trample and lifelink, if I remember correctly.
Well, it's not lifelink. It's the other version. It's it's before lifelink.
When you deal damage, you draw a card, or you gain life.
Yeah. So if you, I'm just saying that because if you hook up lifelink,
It does stack.
Oh man. David does have a Rite of Progress or whatever that card is called. So I mean, he could probably kill Greg with that right now. And I think that's what he'll probably do.
Untap.
Yeah, because Greg has 1, 2, 3 non-basic lands. All he has to do is 2 damage to him, and it's done.
Does Greg have a counterspell? I know Rafiqs do run counterspells.
He has a, right now, from what I can see, he has a counter for a creature, but he doesn't have a counter for a non-creature. That I can see. I mean, he might have, if he would have thrown that Glenn Ender out there, it might have been a little, but I mean, gosh, this is tough. Oh,
Psychonic Rift Overloaded.
that's not bad.
That's definitely not a bad... and that's what we were talking about. A Wrath of God effect or something like that definitely helps.
Because making David play all of his permanents again is big.
David is responding by tapping something.
He's untapping. Oh, okay. He's just putting things back in his hand.
So we'll see how he wants to recover from this. If he wants to throw out small things first. Looks like he's doing 6 mana for...
Oh, Inferno Titan.
Yeah, that's gonna be... That's a clock. At the very least, it's a clock. And it's a clock that Rafiq can't really deal with when he's on the defense.
He needs, I don't know, some answers here, really.
One card I know that he can play is that Protection from a Player.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That would help out a lot right now if he has that or gets it.
Let's see what happens here. He can activate his man land, but I don't know if that'll really get him anywhere.
It's a 4/4 flying.
Let's see what happens here. This is thrilling. Oh,
3
so
mana
he's going to
out.
Reflector Mage the Inferno Titan. Not a bad play.
Except for it comes back in and deals another 3.
That's true. I don't know what that was. That was kind of weird.
And that was it. He just passed the turn after that. So, we might see another Inferno Titan or
I think he's planning on him playing that Inferno Titan again because he still has that creature counter in his
the
hand.
creature countering out.
But I think, yep. Ooh, that's just going to kill him.
2 mana. What is that?
That's I can't remember the name of it right now, but
Rowdy?
it deals 2 damage to you for each non-land or
Non-basic
non-basic land you control. Sorry.
2, 4, 6.
Looks like Greg's going to respond. Oh, I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to gain some life. Not a bad play.
So
So it'll put him to 3.
Now that leaves him 4 mana open. I know he had a.
What was his other mode? Draw a card, I think, probably. I think he really just wants that Reflector Mage to stick out right now, so he has something to hook that Armadillo Cloak to. Okay, and that Greg might be okay here because it looks like David's just playing a bunch of his other stuff. That was a good play by Greg. I didn't even think about that.
The sneaky life gain.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the other side of that card there.
This is twice now that life gain is keeping someone around when they really shouldn't.
Greg's definitely on the back pedal here. It's unfortunate, but it's very true. And it always sucks to be in that position. Yeah, he's going to have to make green there. He's going to have to make white. Armadillo Cloak.
Now, he tapped that for the green, but he didn't take the damage for it. That might be a play mistake. Or at least something that's not being noticed by David or anyone else. He should have taken the damage for... Oh,
David
here we go.
got it, yeah.
Here we go.
He's definitely going to pay attention to that. This close to the cuff here. So, I mean, he'll gain 4 life here if he swings in with that guy, which isn't terrible. The problem is David probably can make enough mana to equip that Inferno Titan to those Greaves and have haste.
As long as he draws a land on this next turn, it's yeah.
So unless Greg has something else here to back himself up.
There's the chump.
Solemn Simulacrum. That's not
what
bad.
he needed.
That's a good one. He'll grab a land here, hopefully something that he doesn't have to take damage for with green.
Now, what he can do with the Inferno Titan, unfortunately, is he can stack the damage onto the Reflector Mage.
Well, not even the Reflector Mage. You can just hit the Solemn Simulacrum and then just kill him.
That's true. I didn't think about that play as well. So, yeah, he can 3 damage when it hits.
I believe that is a Mind Stone, so that is a mana. So, I mean, he's got it.
But he didn't draw into a mana, so he's actually still 1 behind, I think.
No, because he can just play the Inferno
that's
Titan,
true.
hit the Solemn Simulacrum, then equip the Greaves and swing, and that's it.
Except for he just did... Well, either way, it doesn't matter.
No.
Declare attacks. He's dealing the 3 damage before blocks are declared, and then 5 damage gets through.
Yep.
Wait.
What's going on here? And Greg?
I think Greg just doesn't realize what's happening there.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, he had 3 life, so either he could have dealt the 3 damage from the Inferno Titan to his face and
Greg's
killed him,
scooping it
or...
up. He's got it.
So game 1's
yep,
down.
we're going up to round 2. It looked really good there for a second with Rafik. If he'd gotten that Shield of the Oversoul on him, that would have been it.
Well, and I was just gonna say, I think the clutch play there was the Chaos Warp.
Yeah, the Chaos Warp definitely turned things around for David right there. And it's funny because we criticized him there for a second for just not being, ballsy enough to just throw his commander out there, but he was right.
Well, and the thing is Chaos Warp it's a dangerous card to play, but it can come up with.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you could have flipped over a Primeval Titan with that or something crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, even if you get like a Sun Titan, God, you really don't want to see something like that.
No.
So, I think they're doing their sideboards right now.
Yep. Something that I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel it's completely unnecessary in 1v1s.
It's unnecessary in 1v1s, especially. Well, it's unnecessary in 1v EDH.
Yeah.
You
know what I mean.
You're making such a small percentage change.
I when I had a sideboard, I never found my sideboard cards, and really, I think that your deck should already be built to handle most problems because I mean, you have a 99 card deck.
And the
to
thing
play
is,
around with.
In my EDH deck, especially my 1v1, I would actually mainboard cards that may not be useful against every deck,
Yeah.
but were so useful against the decks that I would possibly see him against that they were too good not to run. One that I think of is it was basically a green hate card.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And I ran it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, you can always pitch a card in a 1v1 if you draw too many. We've talked about this before. A lot of things that younger players or less experienced players don't understand is what to discard.
Yeah.
And sometimes,
well, especially with red, like we're talking about with looting and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it takes people forever to loot.
and it shouldn't. It's something that people need to get better at, I think.
And there are hard choices that come up. I understand that, but most of the time it's just like, am I able to play this next turn? No. Okay, get rid of it. You know, like,
that's what it boils down to most of the time. I mean, in all honesty, the only other time that it's difficult to think about what to loot is, oh, does somebody have a Relic Progenitus on the board? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It looks like David sideboarded in 2 cards from
that's
what I'm
what I
seeing
saw.
here.
I can't see what
Greg
did.
I think I saw David put that, what is the one card, the 1-cost red spell that counters a blue spell or destroys a blue permanent?
Yeah, the Hydroblast, or not Hydroblast, that's the
Pyroblast?
Pyroblast.
There we go.
So
it's funny how many card names, or how many cards we know what they do, but we don't know the names for.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that comes with playing for so long. There's even, I'm pretty sure even Magic, designers still don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, how can you keep track of that many years of Magic cards? I mean, what, 1995 or is when we started? Like,
there's a reason the
it's either 95 or 96. I always forget, but
there's a reason that the Gatherer is a bookmark on my homepage at home.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gatherer is definitely a useful tool. There's tricks that people pick up over the years. Like, I really like an app called Deck Builder. That Deck Builder app is amazing to me.
Deck Builder on Tapped Out, you mean?
Well, Tapped Out as well, but Deck Builder. It's an app for
okay.
Android devices, I think.
I actually didn't know about that one.
Yeah, it's the one I use to build pretty much everything.
Well, and Tapped Out's what I use a lot of the time.
See, I like Tapped Out to an extent. I don't know. I don't really like hovering over a card to see what it does, whereas Deck Builder has like a what do you want to call that? A slideshow view?
Scroll.
Yeah, scroll view. Okay, so it looks like we're gearing up for the next round here. We'll see if Greg can come back from this. I mean, it is a 3-round tournament, so...
That's true.
Or a 3-round match, I should say, not tournament.
Now, here's where I'm going to point out. Last round, you made a note about a Bantu playmat.
Oh, yeah.
But that Channel Fireball playmat...
Yeah.
I mean, is it promoting someone that's not us? How dare he? But... Channel Fireball,
I mean, he's definitely got some people that have signed it. I mean, that's a personal totem.
Definitely.
And we've talked to Greg several times. It's been like we just talked to him a second ago about how long he's played, and he's basically been here from the beginning. So,
Alpha on.
Yes, it's crazy to be able to say that.
It is. Definitely.
I've seen his card collection too. Oh my goodness, I could build EDH decks for days. But I know Greg pretty well personally. He's a really nice guy. He actually does the command cast with me here, so I think we call it the command cast or the command corner. I can't remember. I think it's command cast. Yeah, I think that's right.
Well, and we were talking about earlier, his knowledge of older cards is extensive.
That's definitely a mulligan hand. I think he had 1 land in that hand. It was just a plains. That's unfortunate.
Now the crazy part about Krenko is you don't typically need a whole lot of lands to get going.
No, usually you get the 2 or 3 and you should be good. Looks like David's still drawing up. Oh no, he's mulliganing as well.
All right, both going down to 6 turn 1. It kind of starts them out at the same place. So
yeah, it depends on if Greg's going to go first or not, really. We can't really hear what they're saying, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen there.
I'd be surprised with someone on a loss not taking the first one.
I mean, I've done it before, and it's worked out in my favor. I mean, I've mulliganed down to 5 and let the other person go first just for the draw to 6.
That's true. That is true. And it depends on how far you go down, too.
Yeah. And I did win that game, so surprisingly enough. I'm actually gearing up right now, going back to Bantu, to make another 1v1 deck with Bantu.
Really? Black?
Mono black.
Okay. Normally when you see a mono black deck, it's a Grizzlebrand.
It is. I'm straying away from convention.
As you typically do.
I mean, Kari Zev, that deck is amazing, and I don't know why no one else thought about it. It's Geist of Saint Red. I mean, really. not as good, but it's still great. I mean, it doesn't protect itself the same way, but it does in another way.
It's an out tempo, and it's a little bit quicker too. So.
Yeah, I mean, Price of Progress, I finally remember the name of that card, is a key card in there, so I knew exactly what David was waiting for, and he definitely played that clutch. It's just cool that Greg had the life gain card in his hand.
Yeah.
Although if David would have had a lightning bolt at any point there, I mean, that would have been...
Wow, Greg got another hand with not enough land. He's going down to 5 cards now.
This is devastating. And, it
And
looks
there's
like David's
2
got,
or 3 lands.
Yeah, it looks like he's got 4 lands in his hand, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing.
When
I
your
mean, if he
opponent's
just
going
keeps
down to
top
5,
decking lands, but yeah, you're right. There's not really a whole lot of...
when your opponent goes down to 5, there's really no reason not to keep a hand like that.
Oh, man. Greg, I feel for you, buddy.
Yeah, this is going to be tough to fight back for against a Krenko deck,
But
that's for sure.
as we've just talked about, I've seen it happen before, so...
Oh yeah, you never give up.
He really just needs the really good start. He needs, you know, a way to draw cards and a really good mana ramp plan, and he should be fine.
I mean, they don't call it top decking for no reason. It wouldn't have a name if it wasn't a thing.
Well, really what we're looking for Greg is just stabilizing. That's all he really needs to do. Which we really thought he did after that Cyclonic Rift last time. But
Seriously, though.
David just had the right cards with that Inferno Titan. I mean, that was brutal. Reflector Mage helped him for a little bit, you know, making him not be able to cast it the next turn, but that only worked so long.
And, you know, in a 1v1 format, you get one big bomb off, and typically that's where it swings. So, yes, Greg was going for the tempo in that, but once you get that big bomb going, and that's why, like we talked about in the last one, Jeremy plays a lot of big spells.
Yeah. Well, he's got lands in this hand.
Yes, he does.
And he's going to scry. He looks like he's going to put it to
Hopefully
the top. Hopefully it's either a
or a draw
land
card.
or... I mean, he does have a Mother of Runes in his hand, which is not bad. He's
Turn
going
one
to take
Mother
one.
Runes.
He's going to go to 19, Mother of Runes, which is not terrible. That would have been a way to protect his Rafik last game.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, but he's just going to Galvanic Blast it. Yep. That's a way to hurt your opponent.
That's something you always have to worry about in a mono red deck, especially a 1v1.
Oh, okay.
That's
the...
the Blossoms card.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a mono ramp, which is nice.
Not as quickly as he probably wants, but
No.
it'll still do its job. Let's see what Greg does here.
He's got 4 mana. He has. Yep.
He's going to play Rafik.
That's what I thought. Now we just have to... Hopefully there's not a lightning bolt coming out.
Some kind of removal here would be bad.
Oh,
That's a Goblin King.
Goblin King.
Is it a Goblin King, or it's one of those Goblin guys?
It's
I know
one of
it's a
many
Lord.
goblins.
I know it's a Lord, so. Oh, that's an Adkar waste too. Man, he's just got a bunch of pain lands. That is not good in this matchup.
Definitely not. That's something that maybe as a deck building he might want to consider changing.
Yeah, 1v1, you know, you tend to try and be as efficient as you can be. It's, you know, in multiplayer I always talk about how you can kind of, you know, mess around with your mana base a little bit with guild gates and stuff like that. But 1v1, you want to be as efficient as you can be.
Now,
That's not bad. You have my Druid or something like that?
You have my Elder.
Elder, there we go.
And a Birds of Paradise.
Ooh,
He has
two
ramped
blockers.
hard. Well,
I guess I see them as chump blockers right now.
Well, I think the big part for me is the fact that Yavimai Dryad's going to draw, or Elder's going to draw him cards, and having to start at 5 is important.
Ooh, that's a good one too. That'll give David 2 Goblin tokens. He looks like he passed the turn after that. Like we were talking about, a lot of blockers for Rafik.
True, very
So
true.
Let's see what Greg does here. He's got a Reflector Mage in hand. And
I can't see what the other card
I think
is.
it's that Mana Web card. I think once you use it, you have to put it back to your hand.
Now, what he should do is he should pass the turn and wait until end of turn to crack that. But he's going to go ahead and do it early.
Yeah. I think he's just, you know, digging, trying to find some kind of answer here. Well, not even necessarily an answer, but something to do, really.
Well, and...
Because, I mean, if you think about it, if he gets an Armadillo Cloak right here, that's really good.
That's true. That is true. Or any... I mean, if he gets the card he couldn't get out last time, what was that? The Shield of the Oversoul. Even that right now would almost spell victory.
Anything that gives Rafik evasion, or even just a little bit of a power buff, not bluff. Because, I mean, if you think about it, he did 8 points of damage last turn, so, I mean, all he really needs to do is buff him by 2 or 3, and that could be really bad.
If he buffs him by 3, it's actually game.
Yeah.
because that turns to 6 double strike, which is 12. So
That's pretty devastating.
actually, it would turn into technically 7 double strike. So if he buffs him up by 2,
Yeah.
which is that armadillo cloak you're talking
Yeah.
about. So
Well, he could block at that point, but something like a
the shield of the oversoul
shield
we were
of
talking
the
about with the
Oversoul would
flying.
finish it off. Because that's the thing, Rafik just finishes the game off so fast. Remember when Seth used to play it and he had that Putrefax in there?
Oh yeah.
Oh god, that was Usually,
it
you know, infect decks are going infect the whole time, and then all of a sudden it's Putrefax. What the heck? You're doing infect too? I mean, that was back in the days where commander damage was still a thing, and we were still at 30 life points instead of 20. So I mean, I'm sure that deck would be even better now, if you think about it.
So he did draw his cards. He definitely got a land.
He's going to Reflector Mage the Goblin
King,
Lord.
yeah.
I don't think it's the Goblin King, but I'm not sure.
Moving in for, and then he's gonna chump.
Yeah, definitely, you have to.
You can't take Rafik too many times. That is for sure.
I just am amazed sometimes at the plays that are made with Rafik. Once again, like just some of the things that happen. Ugh. You think you're fine, and then you're dead.
Yeah, he's definitely... He does that very quickly. Now, it looks like he killed Rafik somehow.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. That could be another one of those cards that maybe we should have looked at a little bit closer.
Well,
I trust them to know what they're doing, so it's not like it's... although I'm not really sure what life total Greg's at. Is it 18 or 19? What's going on there?
that looks like 18. That looks like 18.
Kasali Pride Mage. That's not bad.
That's definitely a good way to get rid of...
Might as well keep pressing the advantage right now, I guess.
And he's got the Exalted, so that's good. 9 damn. So he's at 9.
Okay.
And then an Expedition map.
Not bad. There are a few lands that he can get it here in this situation that would help him. It looks like he's going to crack the map. He might as well just wait for the all in a turn, bluff like a counter spell or some kind of removal. Doesn't look like he's going to, though. Oh, he's got something else. It's got that
The
Mana
Wall
Bloom.
of Blossoms, yeah.
Is it Wall of Blossoms?
No,
Mana
it's
Bloom.
Mana
right?
Bloom, you're right, yeah. Or Mana Blossom or something like
Something, I don't know.
that. But it does...
I've never played with the card myself, but...
I've seen him play it a couple times. It's not something that I have ever used myself, though.
Well, right now he's...
He's sitting
Because, I mean, at end of turn, he could... Or when he goes to blocks, he could tap his bird in his land that's open and crack the Expedition map if he needs to. Or he can crack... or use the Kasali Pride Mage if David plays something really devastating. I mean, there's a lot of good plays right now for Greg.
Definitely.
There's that Goblin guy again.
Now, that does buff all his goblins, which is unfortunate.
Well, luckily for Greg, he only has 2 goblins that can swing right now, unless that guy has haste, which is definitely a possibility. We are talking goblins here.
We are talking goblins. We are talking red in general.
Yeah. Luckily, Greg is at a pretty healthy life total, so I mean, he could stand to lose a few. Not pounds, but damage. I would never say something about that. About anybody that way.
Yeah, don't be rude.
I just told her I wouldn't.
I know. I'm just saying. Attacks have been declared.
Oh, looks
Blocks,
like he's going to block
tap
with the bird.
2 for the-
Yep,
yep.
yep, exactly what I thought he would do.
Definitely the right play there.
Let's see what land he gets. I'm interested here. Because there are a few.
Now, Expedition Map does search for any land,
It
if I
does.
remember right. So,
Correct. Like, I mean, there are a few... I'm trying to think of the one that... Because there's a land that you can actually gain life off of. I don't think it's in these colors, though. Because I know the Shambling Vince we saw last game is obviously black-white, so can't use that.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, Maya Hollow. That's not a bad choice. You know, save his Rafik if he, you know, needs to regenerate it. All kinds of fun things there.
Well, and you can expect Rafik to probably come out pretty shortly here.
Well, Greg just needs a way to give him haste, and then he's off to the races again.
Even casting again another
Well, and
Reflector
then he's
Mage
got
attack.
double exalted at that point with the Kasali Pride Mage and the Rafik, so I mean that's
Very true.
whew. I'm sure David's feeling the pressure right now. Like any moment Rafik's out, it's just like, oh gosh, he's gonna fly over and kill me.
Well, and let's not take into account that he could top deck again an Armadillo Cloak
Yeah.
or
Well, even a Rathacod wouldn't be that bad right now, because I mean it would destroy David's board. You could do a whole bunch of stuff with your stuff. Okay. Oh, our notes fell to the floor.
oh no!
Oh well, we're still in the game. We're in an intense match right now.
And this is game 2, so
There's that Yavimaya Hollow. There's that Rafik.
Had to expect that.
Yes.
It looks like he has a high market out as well.
Okay, well that's definitely not a bad
He is
turn
declaring to
have.
attack with the Reflector Mage, which has the double Exalted and double Strike.
Oh gosh. Forcing David to make some bad blocks. Or do something.
We have a mana tap for a response, and it's going to be a Lightning Bolt.
No, that's a Chain Lightning.
That is a Chain Lightning.
Isn't that sorcery speed? No, maybe not. Maybe that's
Chain Lightning. No, it is Chain Lightning. It's not sorcery speed.
I thought it was.
You pay 2 more to deal extra damage. Now, wait, what is he doing?
Can you look up Chain Lightning?
I'm looking it up now.
If that's the right card, we may be wrong on that. Oh, Bonfire of the Damned. That's a pretty devastating play. Yeah, it's sorcery speed. Yeah, you should probably go stop them. Because that's not
Maybe he forced discarded it for a reason.
Well, no, because he... Yeah, Greg's catching it right now. Because he can't do that.
I'm going to go see about this right now.
Were we correct?
We were correct. It is a sorcery speed, so it does change that quite a bit.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that really messes things up, especially since they went for the bonfire. We'll have Eric try and figure that out. He's more of the judge than any of us right now. So.
Well, and he is the judge, period.
Yeah,
so
that's
he
true.
is going to call the game as he sees fit.
Because that's, I mean, I wish David would have slowed down a little bit there, or Greg would have caught that a little sooner. But, I mean, definitely we saw it. Because either David has to chump block with one of his guys right now.
And he should have 2 guys up to block.
That is true. Either that or David should take a buttload of damage. I'm really surprised that David didn't know that was a sorcery speed spell.
I'm actually going to go out there and make sure that this is resolved correctly.
Okay. So, not to leave you guys in the dark here, it seems like we've got a little bit of a rules flub here. We had David try and go for a Chain Lightning at instant speed. Me and Kylie caught that it was a sorcery speed, of course. After that, David cast a Bonfire of the Damned, clearing the board. He would have definitely had to have blocked with one of his guys or take a bunch of damage that last turn, so it looks like we're trying to resolve that matter right now. It seems like we may have progressed past that, though, so it looks like Greg has recast Rafik. Not a bad play by him. We're just trying to figure out... Greg really needs to change his life total for us, of course, too. Nope. Rafik is still dead, so it doesn't look like we've passed any turns or anything like that. So it looks like we're resolving the rules kind of flub. We're going to David's untapped turn where he played the Bonfire. Now he is potentially casting... or just discarding the Chain Lightning. Now he's going for combat damage. Play by play. So let's see what happens here. So Greg's going to take some damage here. He should have taken some damage from the Bonfire, which I'm sure he already did. Okay, we're going to pass him back. Let's see what Greg does here. And yeah, that Mana Bloom should be back in his hand because I believe he used it. So... it's too bad he just had that Yavimaya Hollow out for Regenerate on Rafik. He's going for probably the only play he has. I'm not sure what it's in his hand. It looks like land, so that's not that great. But at least here he can probably chump block one of those guys. Get it all figured out?
Got it figured out.
Nice. That definitely was an
So-
interesting turn that happened.
This creature here, on the right side of the screen, sacrifices a goblin and deals 4 damage.
Oh.
So he killed the
Okay.
Reflector Mage before it got the Exalted triggers.
Okay. So that makes a little bit of sense. So what was the Chain Lightning then?
The Chain Lightning he cast on the second turn. Instead of casting it in response on instant speed, he kept it in hand, and then he used the 1 mana to double kill Rafika the Many. Rafika the Many had a regeneration
Shield on it.
shield on him, so he had to actually deal the 5 damage from the Bonfire to the Damned and the 3 damage in 2 different damage steps, so that Rafik would die, come back with a regeneration counter off, and then die again.
Okay, that makes sense. There's a lot happening here. Well, and it's tough when it's like this close of a game too, because it's just
Unfortunately, now too, it feels like Krenko is stabilizing,
Yep.
and Rafik is getting too expensive to keep casting.
yeah, and Greg's not really drawing anything but lands at this point, so things are starting to look pretty bad.
Nice Wrath of God right now would be helpful.
I know he's got a man land in his hand, he's got that mana bloom, and he's got a fetch land. So he's got mana to do pretty much everything he wants. He just isn't drawing what he wants. That's a Coiling Oracle. That's not too terrible.
It is a chump blocker and could get him something he needs.
Ooh,
A Nylea.
that's not great. Too great, but it's something.
If you can't make it a creature, it's unfortunate. I think the best bet is to, well, I would have played the Manland to have the double
Yeah.
instances of a block.
Yeah, that's a good point. I agree with you there. 'Cause he definitely could have activated it.
Yeah, he had plenty of mana. I would keep it up, especially since then you kind of threaten,
Well, the
Any
thing
sort
is
of
that
instant speed.
David can just kill him with his Hellrider at this point, because all he has to do is swing for 2 and then have one of those guys get through. So, I mean, there's not really a whole lot Greg can do, unless he has something in his hand that we aren't seeing. I mean, there's the Nylea, but
which is not a creature.
yeah.
High
Unfortunately,
market.
I think that was a misplay on Greg's side.
I do think so.
Yeah, he's
And he
just
concedes
conceding. I think he realized it too as soon as he did
So
it.
that is a 2-0 for
So David
Krenko.
has won that round. We might as well switch back to our interview cam. So we're just going to wait for the next round to get up or finish up here. And then we'll go to... or wait, no.
No, we're
we
going
are
to cast
going to the next round.
Yep,
That's right.
Yep, we're
Gosh.
going to cast the next one.
I even set up the system and I forgot.
So there were definitely a couple misplays we thought we saw in that one,
Yeah.
as well as, they cleaned up a lot of the
rules flubs. I've been
rules
calling them.
problems,
Yeah.
yeah.
Themselves, which is nice.
But we did have to remind them on a couple. It is kind of nice, actually, if you think about it, to have that
Yeah, somebody watching over
in the
you.
back pocket. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, and that's the thing. After we record this, we can always go back to the video and check it too. So I mean, it's on record.
It's on record. Yeah, exactly.
Well, and like I was telling Stream earlier too, like if you guys see something and we don't catch it, let us know. Eric's paying attention to the Twitch or not the Twitch, the Twitch I guess it's called. And he'll
Yeah,
be able
definitely.
to come tell us if you guys say something. stuff
He's
like
already
that.
come up to us a couple times when you guys have mentioned something, so definitely do that if you notice something that we don't.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to go back to the games and definitely deck building for sure, because ever since Commander came down to 20 life,
Yeah.
Mono Red has exploded.
Yeah.
on
There's
the
a
scene.
lot of mono red decks, and there's a lot of red / like red black was a thing when.
I mean, Vial Smasher was huge.
luckily
for...
he got banned.
He did
really
get
quick.
the axe. He did get it. I mean,
There were too many delve cards that were just ridiculous with him.
yes, and and it keeps the mana cost.
Yeah.
So even if you delve, you're still doing a lot. He was really good. Now, but even Mono Red, you were saying earlier, your
Karzev.
Karzev deck is, I think it's probably one of the better decks I've faced.
I mean, it's a really fun deck, and hopefully one of these days I'll be able to be playing. And
I don't know. You've locked yourself in as a caster now.
well, I retired for one of these, and now I'm probably gonna go back and play the circuit this next time. I really like the league. It's a lot of fun. If you guys are interested in coming down to CollectorMania, if you're in the southern Colorado area, come down, check it out. It's a lot.
sure.
It's a blast.
Every Thursday for 6 weeks, and then we take a week off, and then we do the top 8. And like we were saying earlier with the prize pool, $10 get you in for the whole league, not every night even. Just
Well, and
the
if you think
whole
about
league.
it, the more people that come in, the higher that price
The
pool
better,
gets.
yeah,
So,
exactly. And you're always going to get a pack out of it. So,
Yep.
Do you overpay for one pack? Sure, but you also get the opportunity to possibly make more money out of it in store credit. And
well, and you're in the league. I mean, that's something. It's fun. It's almost like a bowling league, you know. It's just
exactly.
like, I have something to do Thursday.
I know that when I'm in the league, I'm rushing from work to get here. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So.
I should probably stop recording. So anyway, we'll catch you guys in the next game. I forgot that we're not recording the whole thing because we don't want to do that to our YouTube people.
Seriously.
We will keep it up on the Twitch, of course. So I'm going to hit that stop record now, and we'll see the YouTubers in the next round here.